Well, first of all, let's show the character, shall we? Here we go. It's Lord of Typhon. It's a demon whose ability reads: each night, choose a player, they die. Evil characters are in a line. You are in the middle. +1 minion. Minus question mark to plus question mark outsiders. It's a very, very complicated demon. It's one that can be very difficult to run well. It's one that's even harder to play well. But that's not what I'm here for. That's Jams's thing. So, Jams, take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Lord of Typhon is surrounded by their teammates. It wins the award for the biggest setup ability text in the game, I think, up to date. The line of evil characters just means that at setup, all the evil characters must be sitting next to each other in a continuous line. And this does not only include the starting Lord of Typhon and their minions, but it also includes evil travelers. It includes evil townsfolk. So all of those evil characters at setup do need to be in a line. To that end, if there is a traveler in a Lord of Typhon game, the storyteller gets to decide where they sit because their alignment will be determined by where they're sitting. And in order to maintain balance for the storyteller, they will actually get to choose where that traveler sits. Technically, because it's a setup ability, an evil traveler doesn't actually need to sit in the line if they travel in after setup, but it's more fun if they have to, so we have made that how it works. If the Lord of Typhon is in play, it does need to be specifically in the middle of the line, but middle does not mean dead center. It just means not on the end of that line. They must have an evil character on both sides. Normally that would be 2 minions, but in the case of something like a bounty hunter turned evil townsfolk, you can have an evil townsfolk at the end of the line, then the Lord of Typhon, then the minions on the other side. There is also one extra minion, because one of the downsides to having your whole evil team in a line is that you are all in the same place, and if one evil player is found, a lot of evil players might be found, so they get one extra minion, and this is decided at the setup phase. So typically, if you're running this in person, you just chuck a Lord of Typhon in the bag, no other evil characters, and then the storyteller will decide which of those players are going to be the evil minions alongside the Lord of Typhon. So online, I believe we actually have new functionality built into the app, so you can run it that way where you just put Lord of Typhon in the bag, or you can run it where you put you select the minions you'd like. Those players will then get sent their minion character as well as one bluff, which is the good character token they would have received. So in a Lord of Typhon games, all of the minions will get bluffs because they'll know what good character they were supposed to be before they became a minion. There's also any number of outsiders in play. It can be arbitrary, and this is mostly because when you have a Lord of Typhon, if they ended up next to all the outsiders, the outsider count would then be very wrong. The Lord of Typhon, if they're created mid-game, also does not get all of these benefits because this is all set up. So if a Lord of Typhon comes into play in the middle of the game, they will not be in a line necessarily with the rest of their evil team. You don't get to reshuffle the Grim just because you created a Lord of Typhon. However, that brings me to our one jinx for the Lord of Typhon, which is on the Summoner. And that is, if the Summoner creates a Lord of Typhon, the Lord of Typhon must neighbor a minion. The other neighbor of the summoned player becomes a not in play evil minion. So, if you want to summon a Lord of Typhon, we needed to have some incentive for people to do that. Because if you wanted to summon a Lord of Typhon and you didn't get some sort of benefit, it's just like, okay, I've summoned a worse imp because it's an imp that can't star pass. So, we wanted to have that jinx to give a little bit of incentive. It's a really fun one. So if the player you summon is already between 2 minions, you won't get another minion. But if you pick somebody who has at least one minion neighbor and one good neighbor, that good neighbor is coming with you. There are some interesting interactions with the Lord of Typhon. One of the big things we did want to talk about was actually an interesting realization we made when we were working on this character, which is that there's not actually currently a specific time frame for when abilities start working. A lot of abilities have this built into the ability. So for example, if you are a you start knowing role, you know that on the first night at some point you're going to wake up and get the information that you've started the game knowing. But for things like misregistration, they don't actually have a time when they start working. So that's something that I'm currently working on with Steven to establish what that timing is going to look like. However, when we were working on this character, one thing we realized was that the intention behind misregistration characters is that they're not actually supposed to start working until after setup. However, we know that that's not how they've necessarily been run over the course of since the game has existed. And so for the case of the Lord of Typhon specifically, we do want to make sure that people aren't misregistering the spy during setup and putting them elsewhere. That is about as fun as misregistering the spy to something like a huntsman ability and going, oh, there's a damsel in play, and then putting a huntsman and a spy in the bag and no damsel. Not fun. Don't do it. So we are possibly going to come out with some more clarity around how those things work later, but we wanted the focus for today to be on the Lord of Typhon, so we are going to keep it there. And yeah, Ben, anything else you want to say about this crazy new cow?
Yeah, I mean it's a demon that has the potential to be its own worst enemy because it causes all of the baddies to be in a row, which is very telling. But it does also add an extra baddie. So it's one of those very swingy demons that makes for really entertaining games. And if you are a Lord of Typhon, please kill your minions. Is what I'm going to say. Please kill your minions in the night, because if we get to the end of the game and there's 4 people all sat in a row who've been talking to each other all game, you're in trouble. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about Lord of Typhon.
I know we talked earlier about definitely putting it in the bag. Do you still want to put it in the bag?
Yeah, we got to put it in the bag. It definitely is a character that we could not put in the bag and see just how paranoid it makes people, but I actually really like Lord of Typhon. I think it's hilarious, and it's a big cow. So yeah, well, let's just put it in the bag.
It's a big cow. Yes,
it is a big cow. I think I'm gonna have Recluse as a demon bluff for this one. So I think I'm gonna. I think we don't modify the outsiders for this one, and have a mutant and a drunk.
What's nice as well, what if...
Do you know what, actually? Let's just throw Mutant and Butler in the bag, and if one of them...
That's what I was going to say, and if we need a drunk, we can stick the drunk in later. Yeah, that's what I really like about having the drunk on the script. And we tested the script. I will say this is, I think, the script we have tested more than anything else, because we really wanted this to be a good showing. Now that I've said that, it's going to be a terrible game, and it'll end up being,
we were really worried that like the first game would be really really quick because we hadn't built a sensible script around it. And I think that goes to show just how important it is that Typhon's on the right script. It's one of those characters like Atheist or like Heretic where you really have to build the script around it. Speaking of which, let's have a Ravenkeeper. Let's have a Savant. I'm kind of in the mood for an Innkeeper.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think Innkeeper's really fun on this, especially when you have a situation where evil players might want to kill themselves in the night. If you're the type of Innkeeper like me who wants to try and protect evil people so that you can potentially drunk one of them, you might also stop an evil person from dying.
I think we throw a chef in just to see what bizarrety that chef number might create. It has been a while since I've seen an amnesiac, so maybe that fisherman in the bag as well. I mean, we're gonna have.
And remember, a lot of these are gonna become minions too, so it'll be interesting to see. I think what's important when you're setting up a Lord of Typhon game is to make sure that you have enough flexibility in your setup that when some of those characters are yanked out of there and turned into minions, it's still going to be a balanced, fun game and fair game for all the players.
Malarkey's just pointing out that we had an amnesiac 4 hours ago, but I wasn't running it, Malarkey. That's my point. I didn't get to come up with your dumbass amnesiac ability. Right, here we go. I'm going to speed run this. Shugenja, Cannibal, Balloonist. There we go. Any opposition to any of that, Jams?
I honestly have not been looking because I'm trying to put up the social media posts for the Lord of Typhon. Let me take a quick look.
Perfect.
Looks...
I didn't mean to say.
This looks good. I actually think Math was weirdly one of the most devastating characters for the evil team, so I think leaving it out is probably better. Having it as a bluff will be great, just because knowing that there's a Math 0 is like roll strong in a lot of these setups. And we've got flexibility. One thing I love with Chef is that you can actually stick the spy in the middle of the line if you want to lower the number.
And we will be doing that. We will. Here we go. Boom.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh, Beardy. Oh, you wanted an amnesiac? Haha.
Yeah, no amnesiac. Okay, so first of all, let's put some bluffs down before we do anything else. So, Recluse, General, Flower Girl? Sound about right to you?
Yeah, can we go Mathematician for one of them?
Sure, let's get rid of the General and go Math.
Cool.
Okay, sound. So we now have a choice because Lyra's going to be a minion. and so is Christine, who I actually think we should consider making into the marionette so that she can get killed in the night and get bunk information.
Oh, that I really, really like. And then
So-
I think it'd be lovely to make Samantha the other minion, I think, just
Yeah.
for game balance. We could make Samantha the spy, because that's quite easy to bluff as the cannibal.
Yeah, okay, Samantha goes spy, and then we turn Lyra, our amnesiac, into Scarlet Woman? Keeps the game going, at the very least.
Yeah, happy with that.
Okay, I think we should make one of these other players the drunk. We could make the chef drunk and show them as zero. Malashan would probably.
I think
figure that out
Malashan
easily.
will just meta that is what we have done. So I think we should lean into it, especially because Malashan is right next to the line, meaning the line can be anywhere to her perspective. So I really actually like just keeping her sober and just giving her a 3 and like leaning in.
Do we actually need to make one of these people drunk? I mean, there's gonna be innkeeper drunk people.
We don't necessarily. If we were gonna do it, we could make. No, actually, I think just based on where the Shugenja is, that's not gonna be super impactful.
Drunk balloonist?
Maybe we could do a drunk fisherman, because then Sabanite might think that he's the marionette to Lyra. If it comes to that.
I like that. Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Okay.
And then we don't need to do any other setup. Okay. I'm just gonna send the minion info out to these guys using the cards for the sake of being expedient. So I'm gonna wake Samantha and say, "You are spy, evil," and then these are your minions. This is the demon. A lot of info. Same thing with Lyra. So you are Scarlet Woman.
I do also like that in this setup, because of the way that Lord of Typhon works, the minions all immediately know who the marionette is, even though they're not told.
Yeah.
Unless they think that it's not a Lord of Typhon game, which is technically possible. It's like, okay, either it's a VIG, but they know because they changed characters. Never mind, ignore me. They just know. They just know that Christine's the marionette, and that's fine.
Okay.
Lyra
sent
says,
Beardy that info.
Yes, the exact energy of becoming a minion.
Okay, so we've done all the Lord of Typhon stuff, so next up we just go to Malashan, and we're going to say a 2, because we're going to have the spy register as good, presumably.
Yeah, I like that because it leaves worlds for a Vigor Mortis as well, where they all happen to be in a line.
That message. Okay, let's get Malashan in here. Hello.
Hello.
Malashan, you'll be very pleased to know that it's just a nice, simple, good old-fashioned 2.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Alright, Milk. It's been a while since we've had a butler on stream, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Activist out there. And he's bloody walked away. Walked away from the map. Do you know what? We'll get him later. Who should we show to Resnora first? Shall we show Resnora Malashan? Just because, you know, they'll both love it.
We could, and I think I like the idea potentially of showing. Yeah, it's really tough in Lord of Typhon because the names essentially have to kind of ping pong around unless Resnora dies quite early. But what's nice is with Samantha, we can always use that misregistration. We also have a drunk and a mutant. So yeah, I think I'm happy to start with Malashan. I think that's fine.
Yep. Okay, Malashan it is. Cool. So let's get Resnora in here. Hello. So, Resnora, you'll be pleased to know that the first name you learn is Malashan.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's get Milk in here.
Let's do it.
Hello.
Oh, hi there.
Who would you like to buttle for?
Okay. So in theory, I know that my... I'll pick Ed.
Okay, and it is. Cheers.
I like how quickly that escalated from like really intense thought to that guy.
Okay, Ellen now, who we have to say anti-clockwise to. Right? Yeah. We've got no choice in that.
Yes.
Alright, let's get her in here.
Hello.
Hello, you learn anti-clockwise.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Someone in chat's asked me to disable on-screen celebration. I don't even know what the hell that is.
That in Twitch, not on the app. On
Okay.
Twitch, there's a bunch of. So remember before I was saying, oh, there's some weird faces that are like happening around the screen. I think it's a new Twitch setting.
Okay.
That seems to be triggering some various images coming up on top of the game that we're trying to run.
Oh, I see that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That looks really dumb. Okay, I'll
now
figure
you
out.
understand why I was super confused when I was
my
like
God.
panicking about having to reveal the character. And I was like, wait, what did you do?
All right. Well, I will figure out how to disable that during the day while we follow someone around. So, yeah, let's do this. Good morning, everyone. Move into some private channels and have some chats.
Cool.
Move.
Awesome.
It's the only correct way to release to do the game.
Trick everyone into thinking that we are an evil team.
I think we should absolutely lean into it. The only question is which direction you want to go.
I mean, I think Resnor is probably not up for it, so I'm going to say let's go with Ellen. I know Ellen would be up for it.
I'm going to be honest. Ellen, George, and JC are in one chat right now.
So she'll definitely be up for it.
Yeah. This is the perfect situation.
This is a great situation. We could get Rez. I'm sure Rez would be happy to do that, right?
Yeah.
We could be Legion together. It's fine.
Yeah. Or let's just we could pretend that. Yeah. I reckon we can still get Ellen and JC. It'll be fine.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. We'll just pretend that George was an interloper in that first conversation, or I'll join their evil team, and we'll come up with a way to get you in on the end.
That sounds fine. I'm a one beer character.
Okay. I think I'm a character that to most people would be a half beer or less,
Okay.
but I'm going to approach as a possibly 3-cider character.
That sounds really good. To be fair, this is easily a one beer character, and I'm going to make it a 3-cider character, so it'll be fun
Good
either way.
deal. Okay.
All right, buddy.
Sounds good. I look
See ya.
forward to chatting to you later.
Can't wait.
Alright, let's get back to even those in the town.
Lovely
Cheers,
stuff. For
team.
Ben's benefit, Ellen claimed General, I claimed Innkeeper, George claimed Fisherman. We're all on the good team and we're going to have a lovely time.
Yes, that's true.
Cheers all.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
I'm gonna
Thank
stick Amni, by the way, just I'll have fun.
Stick with Emily?
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks.
And it was not subtle in the slightest.
Right, so with that in mind, what would you consider a fair exchange of information?
Oh yeah, right. I forgot. I talked to Ed first, so I don't even think we didn't talk about information. We just talked about the general state of the game. Let's see. I'll be the general. Let's call me the general.
Okay, you can call you the general. I have no issue with calling you the general. I'm the innkeeper.
Ooh.
I will leave you all alone.
I mean, yeah, you can leave me alone. That's fine.
Oh wait, sorry, just looking at your
Boop.
board games behind you.
God, I
yeah,
love
boop. All right, Beardy, I'm good unless you tell me otherwise.
If I were to tell you, do you like being told if you're the marionette or not?
I'd rather know.
Then sure, you're my marionette.
Great. Otherwise, I just accidentally get my evil team killed.
Fair enough. Some people hate knowing, and I never like to tell people if they don't like knowing.
Yeah. Okay. Great. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll play this out.
Yeah.
Now.
I am telling the truth, by the way. You are 100% my marionette.
Oh no. Okay. Great. Are we? Do we have the new character in the bag?
We do, yes.
No,
Yes, we
incredible.
do.
So, if I'm the marionette, which side does it go through?
Samantha's the other minion, along with Lyra.
Oh, how adorable.
Yeah. You ladies all have to protect me.
And sat at a bar. This barman says, "The guy over there sent you this, and it is just a clear liquid."
That's my answer, though. That's it's my second choice answer because I can't give you the first choice answer. But this is like similarly, I think pretty good.
Okay, spicy.
Right.
Do you want me to answer the same question, or shall I tell you something else?
Absolutely.
Okay, mine is nowhere near as fun. But I think specifically, it would be probably just a gin and tonic. But they would ask the bartender to put like an umbrella and like as many sort of garnishes and things as possible to make it look more exciting.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay.
All right. Cheers, Sam.
Thanks, Ed. Bye.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, good. Thanks you.
Doing all right. They all came in at once. It was terrifying.
Yep.
What do you want to share, Ellen?
I'm fairly happy to claim, to be honest, if you are.
Sure.
Cool. I'm the Shigenja, pointing towards the JC George direction.
Ooh, fun. Okay.
If they ask, I'm the general.
Got it. Let me make all of those notes. Hold, please. Oh, I saw that we're going to have stacking tokens. I can't wait. This will be my first time stacking things. I've already forgotten what you told me. Okay, great, General. I will tell you, and only you, that I am the Raven Keeper.
Oh, fun. What are you claiming to other people?
Innkeeper, fisherman, cannibal. It changes.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Cool. Chef with a 3 will be fun.
Samantha, did I forget to send you the Grim?
You did, but Jam's already gave it.
Oh, that's good because I was going to say I've sent it you on Discord.
I pulled Jams into a talk when we.
That's good.
Yeah, thanks though. That's it.
Yeah, cool.
What are you going?
I'll probably go Flower Girl for a little bit, and then might kill myself at night at some point to pass to Lyra. To make it, if I start giving out good information, and then I don't know, feels like a demon would try to kill me. So
yeah, okay. And what do you know what Lyra's bluffing?
She was Amni, so she said she was going to stick with that.
Okay, nice.
And make up an ability. What we used to start with?
Cannibal. I think I'm just going to double claim Ed as Savant, though. Although I had a really fun conversation with the role that I saw. So I don't know. It's a toss-up.
Yep, cool. Yeah. Awesome.
Alright, cool. Good luck.
Cool.
Bye.
You too. Thanks.
I would, if I had like gun to my head, I'd guess it's Typhon and not Legion at the moment.
There's a chef too, so if it's Typhon, then one of the minions is likely a spy.
Yeah.
So that's fun for us.
Also, so I've the double claim I heard was general, and one of them says they had a slightly evil last night. So that could be a poison chef potentially.
Yeah.
Or it could just be like the Typhon took out some really good townsfolk, something like that.
Yep. Given that if there is a spy, you might want to consider using your ability sooner rather than later, because later you're gonna. The longer you hold it, the more likely you are to get sniped when you use it.
It's a consideration. I'll see how.
Hello, man.
Hello. How's it going? You still bluffing?
I'm still bluffing.
Yeah, as much. Cool. That's good. Well, while you do that, I've just learned. Pat has just told me how to change the cost of on-screen celebrations, which are annoying a bunch of people. So here we go. We're gonna increase these bad boys.
Heck yeah. I'm just gonna let chat know for
for fun's sake, it's not a very good ability that I'm going to be faking. I'm just going to fake that I've got the ability to choose a player each night, and I learn if they're the character that their token dictates. So I find marionettes and drunks.
Oh, okay. You might want to add a little extra weirdness in there to make it believable, because that's pretty powerful. So maybe
only if you can figure out what it is, though.
We could add in a clause where it's like if you pick a evil player, you are drunk or something. So it kind of has that cannibal clause.
But if I'm trying to find, if the ability, part of the ability is to find the marionette, that would.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, good point. Do you know what? Don't worry. You do what you think. What you think is
I'll
best.
figure it out. But I've came here and asked if it's something to do with alignments, and you've gave me a cold.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that. I didn't even know I had a cold.
Well, I hope you recover well.
Thanks. Okay. Wow, that was a dad joke if ever there was one. These guys have been playing for 10 minutes. Let's get this show on the road.
With a 2. If there's three legions in a row and then alternating around, you can get 7-5 with a chef team. So it is technically possible.
That would be funny.
That's a inventory.
Okay, you lot. Does anyone want to do any stuff before I open nominations? No? Alright then. I'll open nominations.
So.
Fine then, I'll do stuff.
Feeling about the vibes.
Weirdly, I'm not feeling Legion, which is surprising to me.
That's something a Legion would say.
Don't worry about it.
I'm honestly willing to agree. It feels oddly to me.
I haven't gotten any double claims, so...
I have one.
I've not got a double claim on day one for like 2 years at this point, so I'm not basing it on that. It also doesn't feel Legion-y for reasons that I discussed with JC. Also for reasons I discussed with JC, I'm going to arbitrarily nominate Christine.
Okay. Ed has arbitrarily nominated Christy. Ed, tell us why you've arbitrarily nominated Christine.
So, this is so socially meta, you wouldn't believe it. But there was a lot of people who are willing to instantly shenanigan. And that makes me think that they're more likely to be good, and therefore I want to kill people down the bottom.
Okay, Christine.
Well, I will have you know that I did instantly shenanigan. I went to Sabinite, I told him I was the pixie who starred the Scarlet Woman, and said, wow, I actually think I was the grandmother somehow, and saw you as the Scarlet Woman. So wow, shenanigan.
Can confirm.
Alright, we are looking for 6.
And then Ed put his hand up.
I'm faking being evil with Ed, so I have to
High five.
Put my hand up when he does.
5's not enough.
I'm faking being the butler whose master is Christine, so I couldn't vote. I'm sorry.
That was such a good voting block with that half of the Grim.
Yeah.
I really liked how the visual appeal of it, so I really kind of felt obligated to just...
It's also disappointing, because Milk and I specifically discussed trying to get people to believe that JC to Milk was the Lord of Typhon team, and that vote has really fucked that already.
I thought Resnora wasn't going to be in, but it's clear Resnora is in, so we're good.
Jason
Any
distracted me
other
with a
nominations?
link that I can't copy and paste, so I was typing it into Google.
Lyra will nominate Ed.
Lyra, tell us why you've nommed Ed.
I'll just tell time. I'm the I picked Ed on night 1 and I got told no. Maybe they know I got told was no, Ed cannot die by execution today, so let's test that.
Okay, Ed?
I'm pretty sure I can die by execution, but this isn't great, but it's not the end of the world. And to be fair, I deserve it for random nomming at the start, so, you know, do what you gotta do.
Okay, still looking for 6.
I don't know what you're talking about. This nomination is completely...
I'd hate to kill the demon day one, so...
I'm your butler master, right, Lyra?
Oh yeah, I forgot
There you
about that bluff, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you
I
for
am your
abiding by our
bookmaster.
agreement, Beardy.
4's not enough.
Welcome, Milk.
That's alright, guys. There's no Vortex on this script. I'll tell you what. If you don't kill anyone today, I'll make sure Legion kills 2 at night, just to keep things, you know.
I'll nominate Malashan.
George has nominated Malashan. You two are at the opposite sides of the circle. Oh, is this in some way related, George?
It's incredible how that happened. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so scared of Legion. I'm so scared. Oh, please don't kill 2 people at night. Please don't kill people too late. Anyway, it's kill Malashan.
Okay, Malashan.
Jeff with a 2. I'm randomly trusting George, which rules down where the Lord of Typhon can be pretty heavily. I'm fine to go.
There you go. Jeff with a 2. 6 is the minimum.
I mean,
Does that mean it has to be a spy game in your world?
Yes.
Malashan?
Yeah. Spy game or Vigor Mortis game. Or a very, very statistically unlikely Legion.
5's not enough. Unbelievable, Jeff.
Beardy.
Resnora nominates Beardy. Why oh why have you done this, Resnora?
I haven't spoken to Beardy, but I'm looking at Beardy and I'm remembering that Beardy has sticky fingers for red tokens, and I don't know, it's just a vibe.
Beardy?
I do tend to have sticky fingers for red tokens, apparently, but only when Aggie's around, and Aggie's not here, so I'm just good now. I mean, you can kill me if you want, but I haven't got any information yet.
Okay. 6.
Well, Beardy's not Lyra's demon.
At least she doesn't know it.
5's not enough. Well, look at this. You chuck a new demon on a script, and all of a sudden these veterans can't muster 6 votes on day 1. What's all this about, guys?
I'll nominate Ellen.
Samantha nominates Ellen. Tell us why.
Yeah, I didn't really want to do this, but people keep nominating people in my general vicinity, and I think that people in my general vicinity are probably more likely good. So let's do this instead.
We had such a nice chat about how we'd still trust each other, even though we were opposite sides of the circle. And you're betraying that.
I do still trust you.
I'm not out of Legion paranoia yet, so I'd rather not die. But
that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's why we can't get anything on the block.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
Okay. Putting my hand down then.
I think it's Legion.
4's not enough.
But I'm not out of paranoia.
JC nominates Lyra. And why have you done that, JC?
First of all, Lyra's definitely not Christine's butler because she just voted on that. But also, Lyra was okay voting on one of her neighbours, which implies that she knows the alignment of the neighbour. So potentially evil for that reason.
Lyra?
Or big brain. I'm the Scarlet Woman. But also no, I'm the Andy. I've not figured out my ability yet. Can I just have kill me tomorrow? But give me one more day.
All right, we are still searching for 6.
Wow, you're gonna figure out your Ambi ability in one day, Lyra? It's very impressive.
Okay. I dream big. Stop crushing my dreams, Samantha.
Okay, point. We'll give you another night.
I've figured out an Amni ability in one day before. It is possible.
But to expect it, that's impressive.
Yeah, you gotta dream big!
You gotta dream big!
I did it when I was a marionette Amni. It's the best bingo I ever got. It's exactly the ability I guessed.
So am I the marionette? Yes. Oh.
Any more? For any more?
Which
I'm going to call it then, in 5.
I nominate George.
Ellen, tell us why you've nominated George.
I've heard of a cannibal, so killing somebody seems like a good plan, and George might be good cannibal food.
George? Okay.
Please don't.
Oh, there's Lord of Typhon over there.
Malashan trusts me. Don't you, Malashan? Don't you, Malashan?
Don't you, Malashan?
6 is enough.
Your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Well, I hope there is a channel. Because it'll be very sad if there's not.
My entire reason for trusting you was if you are good, and it's Lord of Typhon, like I think, and there's not many places for the Lord of Typhon to be.
Well, I guess I better count Ben then. All right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. So
what are you bluffing?
Fisherman for the time being. I'll see if someone falls for it tomorrow. So
Okay.
if you wouldn't mind giving us some advice, that'd be great.
All right, I'll advise you to come up with some interesting fisherman information.
I'll do that.
All right, good luck with that.
Please.
Okay, George about to die in 5.
I didn't
4.
use it. Please move it.
3.
I would, but I've nominated already.
Yeah, to who?
1.
Ben, I'll nominate myself.
Okay, Saber Knight, tell everyone why you've nominated yourself.
In case we want to lift it off George. George also might be my demon. I don't know. He hasn't told me I'm the marionette.
Move it.
Alright, 7 to die, 6 to tie.
Wow, rude.
I love
George,
how
I tried.
block over
So,
there.
so let me go back and use it.
4's not enough. Call it a 5.
George, you better give Saban the bad news.
4.
I do love that there's a flower
3.
girl on this script, and every single person
2.
voted today.
1.
Find out it's not Voltor.
George is executed and dies. Everyone goes to sleep. Okay, we got a lot to talk
Wow.
about. First of all, Jams gave out some savant info to Ed. It's either a mathematician would have gotten a 0, or there is a drunk in play.
Yes.
Secondly, really good job there by the evil team on when to vote and when not to vote. They didn't give anything away. There was no block. They were throwing them in there randomly. They were nominating one another. They were scrapping with one another. That was, I don't know, maybe you'll disagree, but I feel like that was a textbook day one for a Lord of Typhon team right there.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they proceed with this. In playtest, we saw a lot of people who kind of did sort of the meta, like optimal, oh, well, we killed someone over there, so in case it's Lord of Typhon, let's kill someone over here. But hopefully, I think they, use the information and just sort of see where things take them. But
Yep. I think we should decide now what we're going to tell a fisherman.
Yes, I agree. Maybe at the end of the night, just
Yes.
once, I think we'll be able to better do that,
That's
and
a
we'll
good
do the
call.
savant
Yeah,
thing too.
and then we can revise it on subsequent nights if needs be. Okay, let's get Beardy in here. Okay, Beardy, you survived a nomination, although so did 6 other people.
So many other people.
Who do you want to kill?
I think I know the Grim, and I don't know if I want to make it seem like a spy game yet or not. Let's kill Saber Knight.
Okay, Saber Knight it is.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. We still got to speak to JC, but it literally doesn't matter if we speak to the demon first. That is an interesting choice. Kind of sad that we don't get to lie to Saber Knight.
Well, if JC protects them, we well might.
That's a very good point. Yeah, let's see what JC does. Okie dokie, innkeeper. Who's coming to the inn tonight?
Oh fuck! I was going to protect George. That's a bad shout now. Well, I guess we're drunking someone I've not spoken to. I will choose Beardy and Malashan, please.
Okay, Beardy and Malashan it is. Cool, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I mean, yeah, we probably want to drunk Malashan, right?
Definitely. I think what's a little bit tough here is that Ellen's information with Sabanite and George both dead is going to be a bit rough. Because if it's Lord of Typhon, then unless she's the marionette, JC can't really be evil with like all of those other people. But maybe they can. We'll see. And maybe they'll think, maybe it's not Lord of Typhon. But yeah, I could see that. Alternatively, I think Ed thinks that there is a drunken play piece of his information is true, so we could lean into that and do something about the Shigenja having received incorrect information.
Yeah, true. One thing we could do is we could drunk Beardy and make it look like he was attacked in the night. But that's a very bold move.
That could be good, but I think ultimately that might end up backfiring just because then JC will look confirmed as well. The Innkeeper's the only thing that does stop death on this, and I think having a confirmed player far away from the line might end up being a rougher thing for Evil.
Yeah, I think I agree. Okay,
Yeah.
so who are we going to send Resnora to? I was kind of hoping to send Resnora to Saber Knight, but that's obviously not on the cards now. So
I think it would be kind of spicy too. No, genuinely, you can show the balloonist dead players, and I actually really like that because Even Knight's never going to know.
Yeah, it could be
he's
Vigor
drunk or
killed
not.
as well, to be fair.
And it's exactly with Vigor and Legion on the script, I think that will drive Resnora into a spiral, which is exactly what we want.
Okay, let's do it. So yeah, it doesn't really matter what order we do things in now, so let's get Resnora in here.
Cool.
Hello. So you awake and are shown Saber Knight.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's get Milk in, and then we'll talk Savant info. Okay, Milk. Who's going to be the master?
It's going to be Ed. I
Okay.
trust Ed.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Ed, it is.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Yeah. What do we want to say to Ed?
Let's see. I think I'd like one of the statements to potentially be that there's a poisoner in play. Because that's a good false one that's going to be difficult to verify, and then we'll need something true that's similarly...
What about an incorrect statement of at least one of your neighbors have been poisoned this game?
Yeah, that could work. Yeah, just say one of your neighbors has been poisoned.
Okay. So, one poisoned neighbor this game. Or, what about... There are currently no dead evil players?
Yeah. Let's see. That might be tough because I think that just rules out Legion fully.
Well, not if it's the incorrect statement.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, but poisoner.
Yeah,
okay.
if we give that set of two statements, it'll completely rule out Legion. So what we could say is,
There are currently no dead townsfolk?
oh, that might be too strong, but I don't mind it. Yeah. No dead townsfolk I like, because that is a true statement.
Yeah.
But that'll look false. So one of your neighbors has been poisoned, or no dead townsfolk.
Okay. Golden. Wow, that's a very ugly looking token. I'll
I don't know
separate.
what you're talking about. I want
Yeah.
I want all my tokens to look like that. I prefer when directly underneath the savant there's just
You know what?
excessive word vomit.
We don't need that. This is a video. People can rewind it.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
let's.
I'm gonna write it down on the side so that I remember when I need to
Okay.
to add. What was it? No
Good
dead
stuff.
townsfolk
Don't worry. If you ever
or-
forget, you can ask one of the 1,129 people that are watching this.
Oh, good.
Shall we? You ready? You good to go?
So good.
All right, cool. There we go.
Get a blue monocle on the other one, then you have the 3D vision glasses.
Yes, there you go.
Yes, the 3D vision glasses of death. And they were seen this morning on the corpse of Saber Knight.
Well,
That makes sense.
that's an unsurprising kill pattern.
Yeah.
Last night, so this is interesting.
Well, I am a townsfolk, so
Okay. You sure you're not the drunk? God
No.
damn it. You and Malishon can't both be townsfolk. What?
I could be the drunk.
Okay. What townsfolk character are you willing to share what you are, or...
I saw the fish.
Okay, so that's the double claim.
I suppose.
Okay, because I mean George is heavily claiming fisherman.
Yeah. Yeah, I should probably talk to George then.
Yeah, okay. So, from your perspective, either that means exactly that you're the marionette, which...
That's certainly an argument.
Or, like, Droizened in some way, or...
Yeah.
Like, if we want to take that...
I'm not next to the line of type.
Yeah, if we want to take that advice and make it interesting, no offense, then it might imply one of Lyra and Ellen is evil, and it's like, only don't worry about your immediate neighbours.
Yeah, could be.
But
yeah.
Oh well, I'll cut your hair because hopefully a cannibal can.
Yeah, I'm going to carry some people.
Yeah, cool. Cheers, Ryan.
Thank you.
See George Saber Knight claims recluse.
Yeah.
Then that
that's
possibly
probably-
justifies that.
Yes. Equally, would it work if the other side there's a spy that I don't see? If there's a spy who's equidistant from an evil?
Yeah, so that would have to be... Fuck, that's an interesting world. So that would have to be...
It would have to be the far end of the circle.
Yeah, it'd have to be Malashana's spy.
hmm
Oh no, it still doesn't work because the line's just too long.
Yeah.
That requires a 5-person line in order to get
So
it
we're
equidistant.
expecting a recluse somewhere anti-clockwise of me.
Or
If that's the thing.
Or there's just no drunk and it is just a math 0.
Yeah. There's going to be interesting to work out
but,
if it's...
But it is possible to happen with Spy as well.
Yeah.
And
I'm mainly looking at Typhon worlds, but if it is just like Vigor Mortis or something, I feel like it's really mean if it's Legion, and I've been given Shigenja.
that's kind of true, but also it very much depends on the layout right now. Because if it's Legion, then JC's probably Legion, or me and JC are Legion.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter too much for you. You still don't vote on yourself, and you vote to kill.
Yeah, anyway.
Probably both of us.
7 noms yesterday, so every nom after one after the other, I'm like, this is, yep, everyone keeps adding to the votes. Yeah.
Yep. Well,
so
cool. Well, good luck.
Cool. All right. Yeah, thanks.
And then it depends whether you're going to ask you advice in the next day.
Evil.
Yeah, evil.
Alright, that's interesting. Okay.
So we should probably keep killing the evil team.
Alright. Cool, I'm down.
Yeah, let's get them.
Hello again, JC. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Sorry, I'm being distracted by a hamster. But
nice.
Either myself or Ellen is the innkeeper, and you were protected last night.
Okay.
So I'm doing due diligence and passing that message on to you.
Ellen or self-in picked me. Okay.
Yeah, you were. That was. We discussed protecting George, and then for some reason that became a bad idea.
Can't tell why.
Are you okay with us doing it again, or would you rather it got moved?
I'm good to keep alive, but if my information last night was irrelevant, regardless of whether it's drunk or not.
Is this a flower girl who got a yes situation?
Yes, entirely.
Okay.
So
Ellen and
going forward, I don't know.
We can make a judgment call based on how many votes there have been. And things.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. If there's a shit ton of votes, then probably fine. If there's rough 50-50, maybe take the risk that I can actually get valuable information.
Cool.
So.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you, if you were sober last night, did you rule anyone out of being a demon, or did literally everybody vote?
Literally, it was the last nom on Saber Knight where Saber Knight voted as the last player who didn't vote all day. So
if it helps, I don't think
everyone.
he's the demon anyway.
I'm pretty sure now I've ruled out Saber Knight as the demon. Yes.
Yeah, the only world is if it's Legion, but if it's Legion, then everyone's doing a great job of making it feel like it's not.
And then my information is pretty useless anyway in a Legion game. So
yeah,
I just get yeses every night. So yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep, away from Ed. Yep. Yeah, I think those are the two worlds. The two Blood of Typhon worlds would be Ellen and Ed are evil and Ed's the demon. Or...
Ben, where's your picture from?
So this is a token that I bought at the UK Team Blood Bowl Championships at the weekend from a guy called Charlie Victor, who makes custom Blood Bowl stuff, and that's a halfling in a football helmet, because if you play halflings in Blood Bowl, because the halflings are so small, other players can throw them at the enemy. So that's the picture of a halfling's face when it's being thrown by a giant tree man at an enemy. So yeah, that's where it's from. And interestingly, the Charlie Victor guy actually did a bit of work on our rulebooks. He did a bit of Photoshop editing, so it all kind of comes full circle. But yeah, these things are cool. He's got some really good products. You should go, if you like Blood Bowl, you should go check his stuff out.
Oh, cool. Anyway, Mal, so
Tia.
yes, and Lyra and Ed are good candidates. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Thanks.
Bye.
So actually, there's a chef with a 2, isn't there? So if there's a chef with a 2, that could be a spy causing a math 1.
Yeah, that's the argument for that. Is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. But yeah.
Okay. Fascinating.
But I'm thinking bottom of the circle seems
Yeah.
Probably is, though.
Okay, welcome back, folks. 10 of you alive, 5 votes required. Nominations are open.
We learned that the demon is someone smart, but that doesn't eliminate anyone.
That rules me out being the demon entirely. Thank you very much.
Really into the idea that you can just create like.
Malashan nominates Ed. Tell us why, Malashan.
Well, I think Lyra and Ed are the best demon candidates, and you heard what Lyra said. Like, she's ruled out by it being someone smart. So let's kill Ed today and kill Lyra tomorrow.
Okay, Ed.
I take your compliment, Malashan. My counterpoint is that socially, if we're looking at Typhon worlds, I have a little BDI on the Milk to Samantha section and the Lyra to Samantha section. Samantha ends up in my evil team in both worlds. Because you and Rez don't think it's suspicious to talk to each other. You always do. And you know that Milk and Sam, left on either end of your line, will fucking do whatever they need to do. They're not bothered about being left without bluffs. Especially in this situation where they have them anyway. So, yeah. Like, let's not be throwing stones about where potential demon candidates are.
Okay, we're looking for 5.
Guilty as charged?
I'll vote on Samantha if it helps.
4's not enough.
It doesn't help, Malashan.
Oh,
I nominate Ellen.
Samantha, tell us why you've nommed Ellen.
Okay, yesterday I nominated Ellen and I thought that she was good, but now I'm nominating Ellen because I think that she might be evil. Or at the very least, I am starting to think that her info is wrong, and I think that it could be an evil player giving that info out to mislead the good team.
Ellen?
Yeah, to be honest, the info I gave you yesterday wasn't true. So that would be why it looks wrong. But I am good. I'm on the good team.
Okay, we're looking for 5.
George, don't be bitter.
I think George is going to be very bitter.
5 is enough. Ellen about to die with 5.
Ben, can I have a Storyteller console, please?
Of course.
Thank you. You got there faster than me. I completely missed my enter button. Yeah, so I'm going to be asking you, is my ability something to do with grim placement? Something that Milk suggested, and you're going to give me a code.
Okay.
So thank you very much.
You are cold.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay.
Ironically, I'm the one positing the world where we're on opposite teams.
Yeah.
No,
Any other
Ed, we're on the
nominations?
same team.
I nominate Christine.
Ellen, tell us why you've nominated Christine.
So I'm good and I'm quite a useful role, so I think it's not a good plan to kill me here. And Christine, I think, is probably in places where potential Typhon lines could be, and is kind of could easily kind of go under the radar.
Christine.
Well, I am looking at a blue token. However, all of my friends and neighbors put their hands up, so I felt like I should too.
All right, 6 to die, 5 to tie.
Yeah, good team.
This whole top versus bottom thing isn't working out as well as I wanted it to. Can I switch to the bottom team?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can switch to the bottom team whenever you want, Milk. You don't need.
Honestly,
permission.
it's like the left side versus the right side, judging
Yeah, it
from the
does feel
deaths.
like that, doesn't it?
Ellen about to die. Any other nominations?
I'm pretty sure me and Beardy are quite on board with the idea of left side, right side rivalry.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm the savant, by the way. I really don't want to die.
5.
Milk nominates JC.
Really?
Milk nominates JC. Tell us why.
Okay, so let's just imagine that Samantha's good for a second, which I know is difficult, but let's try. In that world, maybe Ellen's evil, maybe Ellen isn't evil. But if Ellen is either the Lord of Typhon or a minion, JC could be evil, and that makes sense. So let's do this. Also, I'm probably not going to vote on it.
JC?
Milk has just said a series of words.
All right, looking for 6.
Nope,
I
didn't
like
vote
the
on it.
idea of just balls out using that defense when someone has made a really cogent accusation. Trying to imply that it's all nonsense and we're moving on and seeing if it works.
I'd love to know tomorrow from a flower girl if anyone new voted on that.
I would be willing to move it off of. I can't nom anymore, but if Ellen really is the savant, we could shoot into someone else.
Calling it in 5.
I'm not gonna trust. Honestly, I'm not gonna trust Ellen after our earlier conversation, and then
3,
she's coming out as spot now. Like, it's
2,
just,
1. Ellen's executed and dies. We'll go to sleep. So it looks like there's a bit of sus up the top there on Ed, Milk, Ellen. So I'm kind of tempted to show Resnora Ed next. But we'll see.
I think I like that, but I think with the info that we gave Ed yesterday, that might just tell Ed that Sabanite is the drunk. But I also don't necessarily think that's a bad thing because the outsider count is arbitrary, pretty much no matter what in this game, unless they think it's a Vigor Mortis, in which case, with the balloonist, I think that's probably okay.
Yeah, well, we'll see how I feel when we get there. We could shoot over. We could go next door to Lyra, or we could possibly go to JC, or we could go to Samantha, which gives us a base to go wherever we want afterwards.
Yeah. I think we've got some options. Let's see who dies first, I think. Or see who innkeeps here.
Yeah, let's get JC.
And we're going to remember to give... Okay.
Hello, JC.
Hello.
Who are you protecting?
I would like to protect Christine and Malashan, please.
Okay, Christine and Malashan, thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, neither of those being drunk or sober will be in any way relevant. So let's just keep Malashan drunk.
Fine.
Why not? Okay. Beardy. Okay, Beardy, still alive, still kicking. Who's gonna kick the bucket tonight?
Let's take JC out tonight. Let's get the innkeeper out of play.
Okay, JC it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed that the left side, right side battle involves the left side being murdered while the right side vibes.
It's our upper right versus lower right. So, we have to make decisions now. Well, actually, let's get Milk in here first, then we'll make decisions.
Cool.
Milk, who's going to be your pastor?
Oh, let's pick Ed again.
Okay, Ed it is.
Yeah. I mean, this train couldn't possibly go wrong, right? I know Ed's not the demon, and I know it's probably not a minion. Maybe it could be a minion. Who cares? Doesn't matter.
Okay,
Cool.
Yeah, none of that matters. Yeah, I agree.
Love that Milk has already picked up on the very fun piece of a Lord of Typhon game, which is that if the demon's a Lord of Typhon and you have a good token, then you know that your neighbors are not the demon, unless you're exactly the marionette, in which case you also don't want to kill your neighbors.
Yeah.
So,
It's all about neighborly love, this script, which is what we intended
really
all
is.
along.
Yeah.
What?
That's why we called it one mosh cat pit. That's how it works.
Okay, Resnora. I think
Balloons.
we show Resnora the demon now because we expect that people will figure out that Saber Knight was the drunk. Do we show Resnora Lyra, which
I think let's show Lyra. That feels like the most balanced because it's not the demon. And I think the way that I also think it'd be kind of funny just because that whole side has already been taken out. But I think we probably do want to show an evil player just because if we keep avoiding the evil chunk,
it's gonna make it obvious
they
where
might
are.
pick up on that.
Yeah. Okay, let's get Resnora in. Hello.
Hello.
We're gonna shift it over a bit. Tonight you learn Lyra.
Cool, thanks.
You're welcome. Alright, what do we say to Ed?
Good question. I've also sent Samantha the Grim, which is a thing we forgot to do on the first 2 nights, but I got it to her during the day.
I messaged it to her on the same day via Discord.
Okay.
So I think we both have the same thought.
Yeah,
there.
I was... All good. All good. Yeah, she came to visit. Okay, Savant info. Let's see.
See, true statement. All of the evil players are sat in a line. That's a joke. We shouldn't say that. You don't have to pretend to to think that that's a reasonable suggestion.
No, but it actually, because there's a Lord of Typhon, genuinely, like, it's the equivalent of saying the demon is a Lord of Typhon. Like, it's not that insane. It is very silly, though.
What about all madness-inducing characters are in play this game, which is not true?
I don't think anyone's double claiming, so
there's no Harpy as well.
I think that might be too strong. But what we could do is this is insane, but maybe worth doing. We could say that the drunk is alive, and that could be a true or a false statement because the spy could misregister.
Yeah.
To Ed as the drunk, which
Okay.
I think would throw some suspicion.
Oh,
but
that's a bit
I
rough.
don't want. It is, yeah. I worry that in that world, if we're painting one of George and Sabanite as evil, that's going to backfire and get Beardy and Lyra killed. So, slightly worried about that.
I think if we're going to say the drunk is alive, that should be an incorrect statement.
Yeah, and let's say Marionette in play is the true one.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Yeah,
We could also say actually Marionette is alive, maybe.
there is
'cause
a
I think
living
that
marionette, or there is a
happens
living
anyways.
drunk. It's easy to
Yes.
remember. All right,
I like that.
phenomenal. Here we go. Let's wake everyone up. Morning. I'm afraid JC died in the night.
That tracks.
Sad dead side of the circle.
All right. Well,
It's a very lopsided left side versus right side battle.
All right, Ellen.
Yep.
So I got Shigenja info last night.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm the Shigenja.
Why did you switch to Savant at the last minute?
Because I was covering for someone else. I was sharing
Oh.
information, and I figured it was better to make
Okay.
me look more disposable at night and everything if I survived,
I see.
which I didn't.
Okay. So I got clockwise. But the
Okay.
problem is I think that like everybody knows I'm the cannibal. So I don't know what that means. I'm not apt to trust it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks odd on my information anyway. Because
Yeah.
obviously, like, if both of our things are true, then it's like, oh yeah, the evil team is just between JC and Christine, but they're mostly
Right.
dead.
Right. I mean, so you could be, if we're both good, then you could be the drunk.
Yeah, there is also a poisoner on the script.
In which case you were poison sniped night 1 and I was poisoned last night.
Or you could be poisoned now, yeah.
Well, you would also have to have been poisoned because your info isn't looking great.
Yeah, assuming it's Lord of
My
Typhon,
info matches your info, so that makes me think that you're the drunk or evil.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, if Ben has just been sneaky and made it a Vigor game as well, we're looking for Lords of Typhon when they're not there. Or Legion, but once again, I would be sad if I'm a Shigenja in a Legion game.
Yeah.
But
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that information either.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure JC and George, at least, are good.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know what to think of George.
No.
He told me to get fisherman advice, and then I was told I couldn't get fisherman advice, and then he said I passed this test. So.
Well, I was hoping I was going to tell you to go get Savant information, but you came and told me.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, all right. Who do you want to kill today?
I think I do still kind of want the bottom of the circle.
Okay.
Like I could see Lyra and Beardy being a bit shifty.
But then that would mean it's Sabanite and Christine with them.
Yeah. Again, assuming it's Typhon.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to assume it's Typhon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I think Rez's random push on me as Vigor killed Minion makes me think Rez and Mal are probably evil together.
I
mean, weird.
I know what Rez's information was that day, so I can. What they said their information was.
Yeah, so she also talked to me about it, and like, there's a bunch of worlds where it also, like, in Vigor worlds, Mal's info doesn't work. So I don't know why I'm the Vigor killed minion that she gets.
Unless there's a hiding recluse, I can't make Mal's info work. Unless, I mean, if it's a Vigor world, you could be the pixie and Mal could be the drunk.
Yeah, I think that's the case, but I don't see why Rez pushes on me as the minion, right? Like, me being I don't see Rez pushing me as Vigor killed minion, and I don't think, like,
it's hard to,
like, especially you wait until I, like, can try to make up some advice, right? You don't kill me day one.
Not to, yeah.
Good. Yeah, Samantha Samantha could be in a conga line with access to a spy.
Yeah.
But behaved very socially good to me, in a way that I think is very difficult to fake.
Yeah, Samantha is either the cannibal or on a team with a spy. Those are the only two options.
In the world I'm building of it, there would be a spy because you'd need one in order to misregister.
Yeah, but in that what I'm saying, like Samantha, like I think I could buy it being like Sabanite through Christine, and they killed the end of the line, and Samantha is good, like because the way that like she had to fake not realizing that I had been lying to her.
Ellen wants to join us. She was fine with that.
Sure, yeah.
Fine with that.
Hey.
Yo.
You all know I'm going to just briefly borrow Ben for reasons that you couldn't possibly guess.
Of course. Oh, the fucking truth.
Try me again.
I mean, to be fair, I was the Shigenja pointing at both of you.
Yeah.
Ed, you just re-invited me to that same chat. Okay, here we are.
Yeah, it took me a minute to leave. I don't know why it wasn't letting me out.
Struggle is real.
Okay, if memory serves, we decided to tell you that either there is a living drunk or there is a living marionette.
Okay. I can fit both of those into all of my worlds, so
that's what makes it
not
great
narrowed it
Savant
down.
info. From our perspective.
That was the goal.
Living drunk, living marionette. Okay, thanks both.
You're welcome. Okay, these guys have been going.
Basically the full solve, but it's not the only world, so.
Yeah. 6 minutes is enough for like day 3, so let's get these guys back. Wong. Okay, welcome back everyone except for Resnor and Samantha. There are 8 of you alive, so 4 votes required. Noms are open. Oh, and then they're closed again.
Sorry.
Hello.
Hello, sorry.
That's alright.
Go right in here. I'm hoping Beardy potentially kills me tonight, and then it makes him look a bit less like a demon. I think while I'm still alive, we can look like a line. But yeah, I'm asking you if it's something to do with character types, and you're going to give me would tepid be a word you would use?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, now they're open.
Sorry about that.
Resnor nominates Lyra.
Resnora, tell us why you've nominated Lyra. Is it just to keep this pleasing line of dead people going?
No, it's... So, my balloonist information, I got Malishon, whose information seems drunk to me, so I think Malishon's just a drunk. I got Sabonite, who I believe is a townsfolk. And then I got Lyra, and I don't know, I'm just getting demon vibes from Lyra. I think a couple other people, especially some dead people, are as well. So, I don't know, I think maybe it's time to kill Lyra.
Lyra?
Yep, this is totally fine. Pop the vote round, and then I'll give it my information.
Alright, 4's the minimum.
If you think that Sabonite's good and Lyra isn't, we shouldn't be executing Lyra.
I think Sabonite's a minion here.
Yeah, I think Sabonite's a minion.
I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
Three's not enough?
Sabonite getting killed as a minion in a Vigor world is going to poison exactly Lyra.
Not as a Vigor world.
Not as a Vigor, as a hiding Typhon.
Typhon world to make Lyra not look like the Lord of Typhon.
So I'll quickly give him my information before Nom, sorry. So I chose Ed on night 1, and I got a no. And I asked if it was something to do with alignments and got a cold. I picked Malishon on night 2 and got a yes. I asked something to do with grim placement and got a cold. And I found out elsewhere that Ed's no wasn't to do with them being picked in the night due to someone else's ability, if they are legit. Last night I picked Beardy, and I asked if it's something to do with character type, and I got tepid. So I'm starting to get on the right track. It's something to do with character type, but I'm not sure where to go next. Ellen, could we chat tomorrow about your savant info, and it might help?
I'm not the savant, but yes.
Well,
any other nominations?
I'll nominate Ed.
Okay, Samantha, tell us why you've nominated Ed.
I was down to kill Lyra, but I think that this is sort of the other world I'm considering, with Ellen potentially being evil with Ed as a demon candidate. That's all I've got, though.
Ed?
I mean, I can buy it with me as a demon, but you'd need either Rez to be in on our team, which I think most people are relatively happy to go with Rez's information, or you have to believe that I willingly killed JC having already let my other minion die. Which, don't get me wrong, I do, but I shouldn't be using defenses along the lines of would I do this, when the answer is always yes. I don't really have any mechanical information, because all the mechanical information I have that would help me is near me. So I've got nothing to say. I'll just shut up.
Okay.
Ed didn't vote yesterday, and there's a flower girl yes last night.
4.
But if I'm sober, my information says that Ed is a different character type from Malishon and Beardy. But to be fair, I don't have a claim from Ed, so I don't know if that's legit.
Not enough.
Beardy is the flower girl who is surprised by this incredibly shocking information. Milk nominates Malishon.
Milk, why have you nominated Malishon?
Balloonist information, breaking up chunks of the Grim is a good idea in Typhon situations, I think. Yeah, something like that.
Malishon?
Yeah, I think this is actually good to break up the Grim, but yeah, I don't think the balloonist gets the Lord of Typhon night 1 or in this case, it'd be a minion getting a Lord of Typhon night 1. I just don't think that's likely, but we should clear that.
Okay. Still looking for 4.
We haven't voted on the 2 good
If
demon
we're all
candidates
worried
today.
if we're all worried about Typhons, then we should not be killing people we think are good just to break lines, because
I think
we can
Christine
lose
is a
games
great line
like this.
breaker here.
Yeah, correct.
I agree.
4's enough.
Ed nominates Christine.
Okay, Ed, tell us why.
I appreciate that a lot of people are kind of looking at Saber Knight as a minion in order to have a dead evil, and there's a lot of people looking at Ellen or JC, possibly both, as minions in order to have a dead evil. In the world where we don't have any dead evil, we're in trouble. So I'd much rather go after. We have to be looking into lines. And while I appreciate Malashan is a good line breaker, I think in basically every world, Malashan is probably at the end of a line. Because Malashan's either in a line with me through Malashan or Malashan downwards. I don't think there's going to be that many people arguing that Rez, Mal are on a team together with the way information's going. So Mal's not a demon. Let's kill someone else. And I think Christine is right in the middle of some really good lines. It works really nicely for Beardy to Mal, Lyra to Samantha, Saber Knight to Christine. All of those work.
Okay, Christine?
Yeah, I've given my actual rollout to people. If Malashan's information is correct, I'm never dying at night. I told people you can kill me during the day if you have to. Go ahead, that's fine.
Okay. We're now looking for 5.
3/4 of the dead players want this. Could we?
If I drop my hand, are we getting enough?
I mean, I'll vote it myself. It's fine.
5 is enough. Christine's about to die. Any other nominations?
I do want to note that I am a good player with a blue
Yeah.
token, but
I feel like
breaking
Christine is just
this
good.
up- Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I've told
not.
everyone
I'm
my
not.
role.
I'm not convinced.
Mechanically, I
honestly.
find it real tough to build worlds where Christine's good.
Called it in 5.
I think that we're also specifically not looking at a Vig world.
I mean, yeah.
3.
The world where Christine is good at the Vig worlds, I think,
2.
is possible.
1.
Yeah.
Christine's executed and dies, and we all go to sleep. Nice. That was. I think that can be quite good for the evil team. I think if Beardy kills himself tonight, it just makes Lyra look quite legit.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be curious to see. I do think one of the things is, even if they do correctly decide, like, this is the world with Lyra through Samantha as the evil team, there's not actually enough time to kill everyone in that line and to know who's who.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I think it's still going to be a pretty balanced game regardless, which is awesome. It's the script is doing what we want it to do. The Lord of Typhon's doing what we want it to do. So yeah, all is well. Let's find out who's getting murdered.
Yeah, let's get him in here. Okay, Beardy, it's getting to that point now where things are getting difficult. What are you thinking?
It is getting to that point. I don't know at this point. There's much sus on Lyra, and if I kill myself, does that take the sus off Lyra when she becomes the demon and put more sus up the top? I claimed Ed was in a Flower Girl no, so I guess I have to keep the trend going and kill Ed, right?
Okay.
The Savant.
Ed it
Yeah,
is.
let's just go with Ed. Ed it is. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that was a good
I'm
call.
quite happy with that, honestly. Yeah, I think that's a great kill. It still doesn't rule out like where this line is over here. And what's really lovely is that Beardy, they can kill him and it'll go to Lyra, and she can make it really look like that's a suspicious area over on the right. This has been quite funny how this has worked out. Not mad about
Yeah.
it.
So, I guess the question is, what do we show to Resnora? My top candidates are either Christine, who is... Oh no, Christine's a minion. Ignore that.
We can't show Christine, yeah.
Yeah. My top candidates then are either Milk or Samantha.
I think Milk is probably a good shout at this stage, both because of the positioning and because I want them to start questioning the outsider count, because I think now is right about the time that they might start to wonder about Vigor Worlds and start to consider, okay, someone's making this really look like a Lord of Typhon game based on the people who have died, since there's a whole line of people over here that are dead. what do we do about these outsiders? Like, is this an issue? Is this something we need to think about? So I think showing Milk is quite helpful, and it also gives us a lot of flexibility for what we might do the following night.
Sounds good. Let's get Rez in here. Hello.
Hello.
You awake and you learn Milk.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So there seems to be some confusion in chat. Remember, guys, the balloonist's ability text has changed. It now is significantly more useful because it doesn't get ruined by one night of poisoning. So yeah, we don't have to show the demon. We don't have to show anything other than a different character type to the previous night. Okay. Yeah, let's wake these guys up.
Have we?
Oh, hang on. We need to get Milk in
woken
here. Yeah.
Milk yet?
Let's get him in.
Cool. And I'll send. Yeah.
Okay, Milk. Who's gonna be your master?
Master of puppets. Okay, yeah, it's good. It's a good song. I mean, if Ed's the demon, it's not a Typhon game. I don't think it's Legion. I guess it could be Vigor. I'll just pick Ed. If Ed's the Legion, so be it.
Ed.
So wait, the song was Master of Puppets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what the marionette sings when they think they're the butler?
Again.
No, they sing
Also
Pastor
works.
of Muppets.
That's right. Also works. I'm fine with it.
A Jim
right.
Henson classic.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get the show on the
Maybe
road.
the second time. Hey, wait 2 seconds. I'm sending the Grim to Samantha.
Sorry. Yeah. I keep forgetting about that.
Done.
Okay, cool.
She's probably had enough time. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Fully out the window, not helping.
Fully out the window, Ed was found. Just thrown through it in his garden, dead.
Hold on.
There we go. Dead or
Milk
framed. Told you.
Milk, it happened.
Yeah.
It happened! Yay!
So just to roll with some theorizing very quickly before people go, based on my day one, if we have a drunk, we have to have a mathematician 1 or more. If we have a mathematician 1 or more, I think Malashan is confirmed good to me, if you trust my information, because the only people who can have misregistered to get a math 1 are Ellen and Malashan, and based on who's died and how and what people are claiming, I think it only works if Malashan's Chef 2 is because of a spy, and therefore Malashan good princess. Which is the other reason I wasn't saying as to why I didn't want Malashan dead, and why I wanted to kill down south, because I know I'm not on in the Typhon line. If I know that Malashan is good, then if there is Typhon, it has to be at the bottom.
Technically, Lyra could have misregistered as well.
Can I?
Wait,
I think I have something here. Maybe. It's entirely possible. My balloonist info is like old balloonist info, and I have Malashan as the townsfolk, Sabanite as a minion, Lyra as demon, and Milk as outsider, and Beardy could have been the spy, which would break up Beardy could be the spy, breaking up the Typhon thing, and making the chef to correct information.
Okay,
So
I
it's-
picked Samantha last night and got a yes, in case that's relevant. Sabanite gave me a good thing to ask today, so I'm going to do that just now.
Just for reference, Rez, it does also work with Sabanite drunk. It also works with.
Hello.
Hello. Well, it's looking a bit dodgy now, Lyra.
This demon type is really hard. Like, having played it the other day, and then I know how difficult it is to do the kill pattern and try and control the nominations during the day. It's really tough.
It's particularly
but it's fun.
difficult
I like
on
it.
12 as well, because if this were a 10-player game, it would be 6v4, right?
Yeah, like it's a tough one. It's fun, but it's tough. So I'm asking Sabanite's suggestion of, am I being told who had their character tokens changed for a lot of type of setups, and you're going to give me a code.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
That felt like a people block.
So, Rez, in that world, am I evil in the Sabanite, Lyra, Beardy?
I think so.
I think Christine through Lyra evil and either end being the fourth evil works pretty easily.
I think I'd lean towards it being Sabanite. on that end.
I fully believe George is just the mutant.
Can we let Lyra? Sorry, Lyra's had a hand up for a while.
Oh no, I was happy to wait till people finish, but I asked, am I being told who had their character tokens changed on the first night for Typhon? And I got told cold. So it was no on Ed, yes on Mal, yes on Beardy, yes on Sam. It's still to do with character type, but that's the only close thing that I've got. I'm happy to die now if I'm being untrusted, but if the Res Mal area is anywhere near the evil team, we're running out of good players, and that's my only worry. Other than that, if it's a big game, I'm not trusted. I'd rather be killed now than later.
Where are we on the if we believe there's a drunk in the game scenario?
If we believe there's a drunk,
As
there
in,
would
if
have
we
had
be-
to be.
I guess the question is more, do we believe?
I don't think Rez could have added one. I don't think there is one.
Typhoon also adds, or
with
Typhoon is
Typhon-
arbitrary
Typhon's-
outsider.
Yeah. Typhon is arbitrary outsiders. It's worth bearing in mind that it kind of that right now, if you trust George and Milk, we can't be vigging either way, most likely, unless you think that because of potential drunk adding one.
Right?
Yeah.
I
Rest
don't
of that-
necessarily trust Milk. In fact, if it's Typhon, I am apt to believe.
Nominations are open.
We can have two outsiders with Vig and Balloonist, though, right?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm meaning with the additional drunk.
Oh, right. Okay,
On there.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Milk could just be lying.
Yeah, that's true.
If Milk is the Typhon, then Beardy's info doesn't work.
My info doesn't
and
make
they
sense.
They can't be Typhon
Typhon.
together.
Unless Lyra's a minion and Sabernite is a minion, I was Vig poisoned.
I mean, there
But
might
I
also
think
just
that's
be a poisoner, right?
Samantha, what do you get on night 3?
And there might also just be a poisoner.
That was after Ellen died.
Yeah.
I got clockwise.
Okay.
I just don't think that makes sense.
I think it does.
I think it makes sense.
Maybe.
I think it does. If it's
I don't know
Sabernite,
why I'm
then-
still alive is the thing, because if that's good info, like most people knew I was the cannibal. I just don't really trust that that's good info. Especially because Ellen got a counterclockwise, and 3 of her neighbors were dead.
I mean, the kills have been what? Fisherman into Innkeeper into Savant. Those are all pretty reasonable things to kill.
If I got counterclockwise and Sabernite is the beginning of the evil team, then my information does make sense, and so would yours. But that's kind of the world. If not, we're looking at entirely different things.
That's the world I'm living in at the moment.
Yeah, same.
Second call for nominations.
I'm just getting worried that if it's not that world, I don't know how many evils are dead.
Lyra would like to nominate. Oh,
I'm going to nominate Beardy when Lyra's done with whatever's happening.
no, I'll let you nominate first, then, Milk. I'm not sure who I want to nominate.
Okay. Milk nominates Beardy. Tell us why.
I think Beardy and Lyra are the most likely demon candidates. I'm going to vote on this probably today. I think Lyra is very willing to die, which feels more minion-y, especially with the idea that maybe is trying to pull off a Typhon. I don't know, something like that.
Beardy?
I mean, you can kill me if you want. I've got some information. I don't think, in my world, unless I'm poisoned, Milk's not the demon, but everyone else alive can be. So, kill me now. I've got enough information.
All right, 3
George-
minimum required.
George JC, if we're going to waste a vote, a ghost vote, make it mine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please.
The only thing I don't like about this is Beardy's info is kind of clearing all of his viable other demons if he's not the demon. If he was the demon, it's like his information doesn't make sense.
Why am I having a debate with someone in chat while I run this game? This is a terrible idea. I can't do both of these. 5's enough.
Just to explain, JC George, Milk is claiming to be my butler. So if I vote, we get 2 votes. Whereas if you 2 vote, then I still have to spend mine to get Milk's vote.
I think it's highly unlikely you're going to top 5. It would require every other living player plus a dead vote. So I'm going to end it in 5. Beardy's executed and dies. Everyone goes to sleep.
Hello.
Ooh, okay, wheels coming off it for the evil team here, but I wonder if Beardy's death buys Lyra a bit of legitimacy.
Maybe, and I think there's some time as well. I think there's also a world where if Lyra kills Samantha, people might be a little bit more suspicious of the other end of the Grim, but we'll see. Yeah, I had no idea you were having an argument in chat.
Well, it wasn't really an argument. It was more of a discussion about whether or not new Balloonist is a nerf or not. It isn't, because with old Balloonist, you got 4 nights of poisoning with 1 night of poisoning.
Well, it is. So, I mean, it is in a sense, but that's intentional. And the one thing that I will say about this, just because I don't think most people realize that this is the case, but when we're creating characters, what we're aiming for from a game design standpoint for townsfolk is consistently a little bit useful. That is a direct quote from Steven, and I live by this. I think it's so important. Townsfolk aren't meant to be like overpowered strong. The whole point of the game is it's a talking game. You want to be able to talk to other people and share your information and work together. And if you have one character that, if they're sober the whole game, just solves the whole game, that's too strong. And so for the Balloonist in that sense, like, yes, it is both more powerful and better with poison right now, but it also was intentionally nerfed because it was too strong and it needed to be more towards the line of consistently a little bit useful. Anyways, that's my rant done. Let's tell Lyra that she sees the demon and
Yeah,
find out
she's
who
not
she's
gonna like
gonna
this.
tell. But that's
Although,
okay.
she knows it's coming.
Yeah.
Lyra, you knew this was a possibility. So here we are.
I can't imagine how we got into this situation.
What do you want to do?
We're so fucked.
I mean, yeah, your decision right now is what's going to make you look least like Lord of Typhon.
See, the problem here is if I kill Sam, town's just gonna go, oh, Lyra picked Sam to make herself look good. And if I pick anyone else, they're going to go, oh, it's clearly Lyra because she didn't kill into our evil team, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
I will say, there are currently 5 players alive. You are killing down to 4.
Yeah.
So
I think the world I'm trying to build with my fake Amni ability is it reses the marionette. And I think in that world, Milk would be the demon because I could then say Beardy is backing them up. So I'll run with that. And in that case, I'm going to kill Malashan because Malashan's the most trusted player in the circle right now.
Okay, Malashan
Awesome.
it is.
All right, thank you.
Cheers.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think in most worlds, if they get to the correct Lord of Typhon line, they essentially have to decide who's the Scarlet Woman between Samantha and Lyra. I don't think that, like, at this, they have 1 kill and 2 choices, which is one of the benefits, again, of the Lord of Typhon, is that even if you find the line after a couple of days, you can't just kill them all. Like, there's not enough time because there's an extra evil player. So I think they're in a good, like, it's solvable for the good team, but I do think evil still has at least a 50-50 going into the end.
Yeah, I agree. So Resnora learns Samantha?
At this point, yeah, I think just because she's learned everyone else alive.
Okay. Let's get her in here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hello.
Resnora, hello. Tonight you are going to learn Samantha.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Alright, Milk's butler choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, Milk, you're going to keep it on Ed, who objectively can't vote?
I am still alive. That's fascinating. Interesting. That is really shocking. Do I pick a dead player so we can leverage a dead vote with my vote? Or do I need to
You
try
could
to
pick
find
Ed.
a good today? Well, I could pick Ed. Or do I need to find a good today? That's interesting. I'm gonna pick George.
Okay, George it is.
Yep.
Oh, cheers.
Yep.
Okay.
Someone in chat just said, "What a betrayal."
Right. Yeah, I don't think they're going to kill today, right? So this is probably going to go to a final 3.
I think they'll sleep. Yeah, which is great, and that's what we wanted. We did it.
Yeah, it happened. It happened. I think
What
what I love most
I
about
consider that a win.
Yeah, what I love most about this character is it forces everyone who's playing to think about positioning. Something that isn't really like a big thing in Clocktower. Like, obviously, the neighbors of an empath, that's positioning, that's important. But the literal configuration of an entire circle, the geometry of Ravenswood Bluff, is just something that you don't really see. And yeah, I love it. I love any demon or any character that switches up the meta like that. I know a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like Legion. A lot of people don't like Heretic and stuff like that. But I absolutely love it when there's a character that comes and turns everything on its head. And I think
it's fantastic.
Diversity like that is healthy for a game, especially a living game like this one, where new content's being released regularly. Anyway, I'll stop.
I actually think this is, well, I was going to say that, we need to send Samantha the Grim. I'll do that now. But I do think this is probably a good time to say that, for those of you that like characters that maybe change things up a little bit, without revealing too much, there's more of that on the way.
Yeah, we've got some pretty wild stuff coming up for the rest of 2023. No, 2024. Well, we did have some wild stuff in 2023.
Yep, 2024.
Yeah.
That is
for the rest of
year that is
2023 and the rest of 2024 is actually a technically correct statement. Right, here we go. Let's do it. Hello, everyone. Malashan, die. Mwaha.
Oh well, that doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, I got Samantha last night.
Yay! I feel included.
I picked Red last night and got a no.
Yeah, I probably want to vote for Lyra. I think it's going to be quite hard to get me to not vote for Lyra.
I think we're skipping today anyway because we're on 4. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine we have a Vigor world where 3 of the 4 are evil. That feels batshit to me.
Specs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting question. That might be worth discussing. Have you talked to Save Knight about it?
I mean, Saber Knight is publicly saying he thinks he's a drunk. He doesn't know. He was claiming fisherman.
That would be a reason that Ben might do it. It's still kind of useful information for you to have either way, and with the corollary of it, sort of it gives the option of it being a Typhon line, so it kind of is a win-win from a storytelling point of view.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I don't know. I just can't make the information work with Saber Knight being good, but then I don't know why the evil team would kill the marionette. Maybe.
I mean, wait, what information are you struggling with Saber Knight being good?
I'm like, I just need to get the innkeeper out of here.
Yeah, that's
and then,
fair.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see how it goes.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're probably not killing anyone today, and we have 4 evil players, so maybe we can create enough chaos to make good leaves.
We can hope. We can hope. So you got to. Yeah, we can hope. All right.
All right.
Good luck for us.
They pulled one over on us as the Vigor, like it's just crazy. But I think Rez has to exist for it to be
I think Rez as the Vigor is really.
You and I exist, right?
Yeah.
Like so because you and I exist.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be on Rez's team there, I think.
Okay, cool. I just want to let you know.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yep, all right, bye.
On not really having any other information, so if a poisoner has a Grim, Mal is just a lucky snipe. I don't think it's as complicated as.
I think leaving a balloonist alive and not poisoned would be a very bold choice in that world.
Welcome back, folks. There are 4 of you alive, so yeah. Kill today and get it right, or wait till tomorrow and get it right?
So for my information, it's not much relevant. I picked Res Nora last night and got a no, and then I asked, am I detecting townsfolk? And and got a very hot.
Mm-hmm.
So Ed, no. Malashan, yes. Beardy, yes. Sam, yes. Rez, no.
Yeah, Lyra's just the demon.
Cool. Fuck my life.
It's really hard to make that make sense to me. That what has Ed as a Vigor killed minion. Milk probably has to also be evil if Rez is a Vigor.
Yeah, is it trying to just sell
No.
Typhon in the top corner?
Well,
I think
Lyra
so.
didn't get a bingo, right? She got out very hot, so it could be. Am I detecting not townsfolk? So you get no on Ed and Rez, who are townsfolk.
Yeah,
You get a yes on Samantha, who could be the demon. Mal could be the marionette, and Beardy can be another minion.
Or I'm
Like that-
or
that's
I'm
a viable way to make that work.
detecting, like, I don't know. I'm still not sold on like a Typhon world. I still think we're potentially in a Vigor world, but everyone's saying Milk can't be the demon, so.
Second call.
It's between the Flower Girl No on Milk, Ed's Savant information, Ellen's Shigenja pointing away, Malashan's Chef 2, the Balloonist information. Like, there's so many different things, and it's like, if we have a poisoner who's been completely on point and we have a drunk, you can just about weave a world where Milk's the demon. But it's, no. I just don't buy it.
My brain's not working. Can George just be evil
Calling
in
in
that
5?
world and there is a drunk?
4.
If there's a living drunk, it could have been me
1. No executions.
in Ed Savant information.
Everyone goes to sleep. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's get Lyra in here. Alright, last choice, Lyra. Who's it going to be?
Resnora, please.
Okay, Resnora it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, if you want to send the Grim while I get Milk in here.
Yes.
Okay, Milk, who's your
They
final
left me
master?
alive. It's gonna be George.
Alright, George it is. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Wait. Alright, that's everything. This is our final day. I think that the evil team have a roughly 5% chance of winning, but I've certainly seen crazier things happen, and I think people are going to start building worlds where Milk is evil now. At least to some degree.
It'll be interesting to see, because I think even if they figure out what the world is, I think Lyra could go the route of like, yeah, you know what? I'm drawing heat. I'm a minion. Bring it on.
Yeah, maybe.
So.
Yeah. Okay, right. Here we go. Morning, everyone. Resnora's dead. Say hello to your final 3.
I'm in the final 3?
Where is it
I
at?
did it. I'm still
just-
here.
What's that, Save and I?
1 minute.
It leaves Christina's marionette with Beardy and Lyra's Demon Scarlet Woman. It's the only way that works.
Yeah.
Because that's day 3 when Christine gets executed that day.
That's the world I'm in.
Socially, Christina's a marionette kind of makes sense.
I picked Milk last night and got a yes. I would love a suggestion of what to ask, or yeah.
Well, people were suggesting not townsfolk yesterday, right?
That's probably as good an idea as any at this point.
Sure.
Without spending
I'll
ages
try.
on trying to contort something.
Hello.
Hello. We believe in you, Lyra. You got this.
I don't believe in myself.
There's 2
I'm
living
gonna-
evils, and you've got 4 votes on the board.
It can be done, but Town are pretty convinced. I think I'm gonna have to lean into the why would I make such an obvious doesn't work world as the demon. So fingers crossed. I'm gonna be asking, do I detect non-townsfolk? And you're gonna give me wait, what would you give me for that?
It depends. Do you want a bingo?
No, because that's not believable. So
I would give you, I would say something like warm, because it's yeah, and I would clarify that you're hot from yesterday. Like I would kind of use like some clarifying statements when you're explaining that to
I
say
was
like
hotter
it's
yesterday.
not this. I don't. Yeah, like this is something that can happen with my ability, but it's not a bingo,
Okay.
and you don't know what that means. Like however you wanna.
Brilliant, cool. Thank you so much.
All right.
Good luck.
Okay, guys. Nominations are open.
As am I detecting non-townsfolk? I got lukewarm, but I was hotter yesterday, apparently.
Okay. Well, I don't know what your ability is.
Yeah, me neither.
I think if Lyra's good, probably detecting outsiders and there's some poisoning involved, but...
Yeah, poison's a problem, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is there's just like so many opportunities for poisoning and drunkenness that we haven't been able to identify.
Right. There's been a times over the last couple of days where I've thought Samantha has read more like on a spy team, but the day 2 cannibal mutant interaction felt a lot like she didn't know I was lying to her in a very difficult to fake sort of way.
I thought Samantha was good until she pushed really hard against her own cannibal Shigenja information. That felt...
I told this to, I think, I told this to someone in my first conversation, like during day 1. I never get anything useful as the cannibal. So I am just amazed that I am still alive and that I've done a bunch of things, and I just don't trust any of it because
to be honest, what she said to me was that one of the reasons she didn't believe it is because she was so open with everybody that she was the cannibal that she just assumed she was poisoned.
Yeah.
So
which, like, great if I soak up some poison which makes someone else.
Which kind of makes sense. We don't have any indication of a harpy, so it makes it seem quite like there's a poisoner. But yeah, we should get on with the.
I think that the Lyra world is too easy, and I still am just stuck on like Milk and Ed being on
I can't build the Milk world. Is the problem?
Yeah.
I'm only gonna vote on Lyra. I think.
I will take too easy over. I cannot build it.
Yeah.
Final call.
Oh, Milk
I'll
nominate
nominate
Lyra.
Milk.
Okay, I think Milk was in there first, so Milk nominates Lyra. Tell us why, Milk.
I think it's all been said. Lyra, you read socially good for most of the game. If you're the demon, well done.
Lyra.
Yeah, the information points towards me. Like, certainly, it's more than I can figure out. I've tunnel try to figure out my information, and I legitimately can't. The only thing I can think of is like maybe something to do with like maybe like the drunk and the marionette or something like that, and I can't make it work with other people's information. So, yeah.
Okay, 2's the minimum.
I really hope we're not wrong about this, Lyra. I'm sorry.
I just don't love this.
I'm more just like annoyed that my information is pointing to Milk, and it's
6 is enough.
I'm like, as the demon, so very obviously making an impossible world. But this happens every game. It's fine.
That can only be tied. Do we have any other nominations? Calling it then in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lyra is executed and dies. The game is over. And congratulations go to the good team. Well done, good guys. I'm really glad that made it to a final 3, because that was an interesting one for the neutrals. Where do we begin? Let's begin with Ellen, the Shugenja, who was about as far away from the evil team as a Shugenja could possibly be. We did, however, have no choice but to tell Ellen anti-clockwise, because Ellen's nearest neighbouring nearest neighbouring evil player was Lyra, the starting Scarlet Woman, who caught it when Beardy died during the day.
Fingers.
In between them, we had JC the Innkeeper, who at no point made anyone drunk who would learn information or have an ability of any kind. George was our mutant, one of 3 starting outsiders, another of them being Saber Knight the Drunk, which is why Resnora the Balloonist was able to see Saber Knight on night 2 after having seen Malos Shan the Chef, who learned of 2 incorrectly because we had a spy in Samantha sat next to Christine, our marionette, who received Raven Keeper. Milk was the butler, who mostly chose Ed, and Ed was our savant. And that was one Mosh Cat Pit.
Woof. Thanks, team.
Good game all.
Yeah. Good game, everyone.
Let's celebrate
Well
by
played,
making the
everyone.
tokens really big. Boom! Oh my god, that looks awful.
Okay. Beardy, kudos
Oh,
on
my
pulling
lord.
the 1 in 12 red token. Like, you weren't even.
No.
Like, yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I got the Scarlet Woman token. I was
Dude,
like, what the fuck?
that vibe though. That I was like, I don't know, just vibes. It's like you pull red tokens, just vibes.
I spent
Damn.
3 days not nominating Beardy for that reason. I was like, I'm pretty sure the evil team is down there, but I'm willing to kill anyone at the bottom that isn't Beardy.
Thanks, Ed. Oh, madness. I was really hoping Sam was the Scarlet Woman and not Lyra when I got the information. I'm like, further away from me is better. I'm gonna get sus very quick.
Yeah. It's alright.
I said to Vez on that last day, there was a chance that Samantha was the Scarlet Woman who got it from you, and I didn't like that well.
I think in any social game, if there's final 3, I'm getting executed over Sam every day of the week.
Yeah.
Every single time, because I read socially awful in the final 3.
I think
You
I
fought
Sam
really
was also
hard,
having
though.
to push. Sam was having to push so hard to get anything else, any
Yeah,
traction
it was-
on anything else at all, that it just meant that you
Also,
it
I
had to
think-
be you.
It was
I think
just
if Sam was the Scarlet Woman and Lyra was the spy, then Ellen probably would have learned the other direction for the Shigendra info.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I was
Just-
gonna kill I was thinking of killing myself in the night I killed Ed, except Lyra got nominated that day and stuff. So I'm like, God damn it! Now I have to hold on even longer.
Yeah, I think that we were just pushed, like, our demon candidates just, like, didn't end up working out in the end. Like, the people that were being killed, in combination with the information that we were putting out there, just, like, didn't match up, and so we just weren't coordinated enough.